Hey everyone, I'm Soorya Ramesh.
And I'm John Ravi, and you're listening to Two Brown Accents. Today, we're going to be talking about buy cheap, buy twice.
And before we get started on that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ding!
So, let me give a quick introduction what I mean by buy cheap, buy twice.
Yes.
This is actually something I heard from someone German at my company I work for. He was saying, like, they have a saying in German that's like buy cheap, buy twice, meaning that if you buy something like not good quality, you usually breaks down and you had to spend more money and buy it like multiple times. So I bring this up because this is something I've seen you do like really well, where you don't just buy the cheapest thing, but you buy like the highest quality product, right? So like I wanted to take this episode to like just go through your motivation, like what got you into this, and like what if it differs from your upbringing, from your parents, for example. And what your general feedback is for like people who are growing up or probably like in high school, don't have a lot of money and stuff. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. That's I love it. I think I have a bunch of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you just want me to get started?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Back when I was a kid, my uncle once told me there's two kinds of people. The first kind of people buys let's say both people make the same amount of money, whatever, everything, all other variables are the same, right? The first kind of people, they buy cheaper stuff. They like to wear, let's say they're buying a shirt for, $10, right? White shirt, blue shirt, green shirt, red shirt. They buy a lot more stuff. But these shirts, they have like lesser quality just because they're cheaper compared to a $50 branded shirt, something like that. But it's nice. You can wear it a few times. It gives you a lot of options. You use it. Once it tears, you throw it, and then you just get more stuff. Versus you get a branded shirt. Firstly, you don't have that many options, right? Because instead of buying like 5 different shirts, now you're just buying one. That's the second kind of people, by the way. They buy expensive stuff, and they just keep it for forever. You buy a branded shirt, you keep it, you use it. It has a lot more wear and tear. And yeah, after a few years, you use it to its maximum extent, and after a while, it will also tear at some point, and you throw it away, right? When my uncle told me this, I was as a kid, I was thinking, and I really like the second option. I think more people in my family like the first option. They like to buy cheaper. It also gives you the sense of saving money. It gives you the sense of saving money, but I feel like in the long run, I don't know. Maybe you do save some money, but the happiness, okay, there's a lot of factors why I go for the more expensive stuff. Firstly, when I buy something expensive, right, the brand, I think other people recognize brand, right? Because I'm walking on the street right now, and brand is also kind of weird because sometimes it's, what do you say? Like only people who know the brand appreciate the brand. Like, if somebody's carrying an Hermes bag, I have no idea what it is. But if somebody knows an Hermes bag, right, those things are expensive. There's like $20,000, $30,000 per handbag. It's like, oh wow, this person's like cool. Or the same goes for a Mont Blanc pen, or like a Lululemon T-shirt for working out, right? Versus just wearing any other T-shirt. Like I think there's a lot of good brands, but Lululemon's this premium brand. Is it better? Is the quality better? I don't know. But it's like when you wear it, you get that sense of respect. Or, when other people are wearing Lululemon, I definitely talk behind their back. I'm like, oh my God, that person's probably super rich, right? And I kind of want people to say stuff like that behind my back. So, that's one reason why I buy more expensive things. One more thing, when I buy expensive things, I have no regrets at all. I'm spending a lot more money, but I'm hoping when I buy a product, it lasts me for 5 years, 10 years. I'm not going to buy another one till it breaks. And no second thoughts. Versus if I buy, like, let's say there's like 10 different products. I'm buying a iPhone Pro versus the normal versus SE. If I buy the SE, in my mind, I keep thinking, oh, the Pro has better camera, the Pro has better this, the Pro has better that. And I keep having that thought, right? And I feel like that's actually like you're losing value. You're losing you're losing time thinking about that. You'd rather just buy it and not, like, you can use that time you spend thinking about, like, oh, maybe I should have bought that, like, into something else. And I feel like there's one more thing. Brand, long lasting, I forget. But anyways, yeah, these are some of the reasons customer service. Customer service is, I think, like premium brands, they have a lot of good customer service, and I'm very brand loyal, so once I buy something, especially if I like it, I'm gonna always invest in that brand, right? Once I know that hey, this product is nice and service is good. When this product breaks down, I'm just going to go back to the same company 5-10 years later, buy the best product they have again, and it's perfect. But there are times, once or twice, when service has been really bad and I've never wanted to go back to the product. But yeah, for the most part, these things definitely keep me there. Don't, it's expensive, but I don't think twice and I spend. This is a summary on why I ended up going that route. Yeah.
So, typically higher quality products cost more, but do you think there are cases where price is not correlated with quality? And can you think of any examples?
I don't know about examples, but 100% agreed. Like, price does not correlate with the...
Well, here's one thing, right? So we both own Honda Accords.
Yes.
Why did you not go for, I don't know, like a Tesla, for example?
I did contemplate about that, right? So that's a great question. I did think about that, but this is my first car. I was super scared for the money I make, right? Like, sure, I could afford both. Tesla's more expensive for sure. But I know that from whatever studies, like from doing my research, I know that Hondas and Toyotas, they never break down, right? They're just there forever. And even if something does break down, it's super cheap. It's affordable. Service is cheap. Maintenance is cheap. And I felt like when I'm buying a Honda and somebody gives me a price, I feel like, okay, this, and then whatever extra expenses come, because there's a lot of hidden costs. Whatever expenses come, it's at least affordable. Versus, I didn't really consider a Tesla back then, but let's say a BMW or Mercedes, right? Most of the reviews were, it's great, it's sporty, it's super cool. Close enough price range, right? It's like $10,000, $15,000 higher. But it's like the service for Honda, the way they quoted it was one service like $100 and another service like $500. For Mercedes, the $100 service equivalent is $500 and the $500 service equivalent is like $3,000. And I was like, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I can afford it. And it's premium and you get that respect, right? Back then the question was, should I buy the most expensive Honda where I get all the features, but it's just the Honda? Or do I buy the cheapest BMW, but I don't really get that many features, but it's a BMW, where I go, like, people recognize my car. And in the end, I kind of, I do like tech a lot. I like features. So I ended up with a Honda. This is also my first car, so I wanted the experience. Maybe in the future when I'm getting it, I will, once I feel more comfortable with, one, affording, extra expenses, and two, just, like, now I know how expensive, like, it's been like 2-3 years since I got my car. I changed tires. I have an idea, there's a lot more things I'm still learning. So once I have better knowledge, I'd go for that. Yeah.
Okay. So there's trade-offs, right? Like, depending on what your means is and what you can afford.
I 100% don't just, like the most expensive product, don't just go throw your money. Don't think it's worth it. It's probably not. Even brands, right? Like, sure. As I say, like there's, like I was quoting the t-shirt example. Let's say a $1 t-shirt is the cheapest, lowest quality, tears in like 2 wears. $10 t-shirt, like 5 to 10 wears, let's say, right? And let's say you get a branded Tommy Hilfiger or some t-shirt like that. It's like $40, $50. Lasts you for a year, 2 years, right? Good use. Let's say you have other brands, more expensive brands, right?
Like a Gucci
or something. I don't know if Gucci does t-shirts, but anyways, let's say Gucci makes t-shirts for this video, right? It's like $500 or $5,000 t-shirt. Do you really think it's going to last you for like, I don't know, it's not going to last you 50 years, right? It's just more premium, better material, better stuff. Yeah, sure, like it's significantly more expensive than a $50 t-shirt, but yeah, you're not going to make the values worth. It's just that, hey, it has the logo and that logo is respected. That's what you're paying for. The same goes for Hermes, right? It's not that the more expensive, it does not mean the better product. So if you're trying to get most bang for buck, you do your research and like probably like in my mind, I kind of do like the brand value. So I look at the top 3-4 things in the market and then, I choose one, whichever. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, but the most of my recent purchases have been the most expensive one, at least in whatever I've looked at. And when I don't want to buy the most expensive product, because, I think I want to use, like recently I got a sandwich maker. I don't cook that much, so I don't think I need the most expensive product. I don't do any research, right? I just go to Amazon, I click the first thing I see. I'm like, oh, this has good reviews. Because I know if I do research, I know KitchenAid, I know like there's like really good brands and, really expensive stuff. I know I'm not going to make my money's worth. I know I'm not going to use it that much. I'm just wasting money. I'd rather waste it on something else.
Right. But opposed to like maybe buying shoes, for example, right? You wouldn't just cheap out on something
Yeah.
very low end.
Exactly. Shoes, I use it. I go running, especially. We go running every week. So, it makes a lot more sense, right? Versus somebody else, let's say they love cooking so much, but they don't, they have like 3-4 pairs of shoes. They don't really go out that much, or they don't go running. They don't need to buy the most expensive running shoes. It's like based on what you do.
What about food, right? So like, a lot of the stuff that people spend money on, I feel like food is pretty up there, right? Like this is something that I also heard you say, right? That like when you were younger, your parents were like, don't spend too much money on food. Like this costs so much, right? You're going to waste it, all this stuff, right? Like how has that changed since you were younger?
Food is good because food is this is a good question because I didn't think like we were talking about all these materials and suddenly it's like food is more an experience, right? And food again, like the question is there's different kinds of food, right? And the question is, are you eating to satisfy your hunger, right? In which case doesn't matter if the food is cheap, if the food is expensive, just get something that's tasty and you get like you could get like really tasty food for $5 or like $50, right? And then there's like maybe steakhouses or sushi, all you can eat sushis or something like that, which are like significantly more expensive, $100-$200 for just one meal. And no matter how much you eat, even if it's an all you can eat, it's like you're probably not going to eat more than like $50, $40 worth, right? Even if you're the most hungry person. So it's more an experience. I think like you kind of like, let's say you're going to a steakhouse, you kind of like wear on your dress shoes, your dress shirt, you go there, it's an experience, it's you see a different kind of crowd. I think you should enjoy that experience. And I don't think you should, like, just because food is more expensive, you don't go to a steakhouse every day, right? It's just like, it's an experience you should do once in a while, change it up, learn. It's nice to go with different people, enjoy. But, for the most part, I guess I end up just eating for random biryani or some random stuff, like $20, $15 per meal. It depends on whether you're having food to satisfy your hunger or having food as an experience. And I think you should do both in
Yeah, I mean,
quantity.
life is about experiences, and you should spend some money for that too.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, it'll be pretty mundane.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you should spend all your money in just material products because you think you're getting value for, like, usually I think, like, at least the way I feel like I was brought up is you pay money, you get something in return, right? But an experience, it feels like it's cool and stuff, but also like you pay money and after like an hour, that's over. That's it. You don't. Let's say you want to go skydiving. It's really cool. It's really expensive, but once it's done, it's done. Like you're back to your regular life. So was it worth it? Should you do it? 100%. You should try out a lot of experiences. I think you should enjoy. I think it kind of changes your perspective on life. You learn a lot. You have a much broader perspective on things, I think. So, just for experiences, I think if you have the money, definitely don't think, go on trips, go enjoy, go do different things.
Well, that's a good note to end on, I think.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys have any follow-up questions or feedback, let us know in the comments below or email us at twobrown@gmail.com.
And we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.